Topeka is no stranger to violent crime, and it's tarnishing the city's image.
Tonight, we find answers about what's causing the problem. After a record number of killings in 2017, the frequency of murders hasn't stopped this year, and it's leaving families broken.
It happens anywhere and everywhere, and people need to wake up and take notice.
KSNT News reporter Gretchen Kanan has spent an entire month digging into Topeka's crime problem.
And she joins us live with what she's found out. Gretchen.
Jace, Brooke, to truly understand the problem plaguing our community, you have to start right here at the beginning at Eisenhower Middle School. It's not uncommon to see a cop popping in and out of classrooms at Eisenhower Middle School. It's here where the culture of violence in Topeka is most vulnerable. Nearly 91% of students at Eisenhower qualify for a free or reduced lunch. That's significantly higher than the state average of 48%. But in these halls is a man with one mission, and that's to help. Officer Timothy Bell says most Topekans are oblivious to the problems plaguing kids here.
You kind of live in a little bubble where you don't actually understand some of the conditions that some of the kids in the community live in. So when you kind of see where they come from and you see a lot of these issues, you kind of understand that, okay, he may be acting up here in the school, but he's actually dealing with some serious stuff back at home.
The Topeka Police Department started the Our Kids program last year. It focuses on mentoring developing boys like Josiah Burris.
It's great because he helps me out a lot with everything that I need.
Officer Bell says many of the kids he works with are being raised by a single woman, one who may work multiple jobs, sometimes leaving kids home alone.
The behaviors we see here at school, and then that behavior here at school leads them to being suspended, so then now they're out in the streets, and then now it's just a vicious cycle of them getting preyed on by gangs and things like that, and getting in with the wrong crowd doing drugs.
And that very cycle can lead to the tragic reality facing our community. In 2017, Topeka saw a record number of murders. 30 lives were taken from our community, destroying families.
His hopes and dreams became my hopes and dreams, and it's the epitome of unfair, and that doesn't go away.
18-year-old Arden King, one of them. Police say his friend shot and killed him.
Every holiday, every birthday, every memory, really. It's so beautiful, but it's also very sad.
Police say Arden's death was one of 12 related to drugs or gangs. And Shawnee County District Attorney Mike Kage is fed up.
I don't want to talk to another parent this year and explain to them that their child was dealing drugs. And in the course of that, they were murdered. I don't want to have that conversation anymore.
996 arrests in 2017 were related to drugs. Fueling the city's drug problem is gangs. That's how they make money. According to police, 1 in 100 people who live in Topeka is a member of one of the 9 gangs roaming our city streets. Police say those gangs prey on young people who are left without support at home.
This is easy money. I'm going to go out and I'm going to hand out some weed to my friends. I'm going to go be a meth dealer because I have some connections. I can make some money. You know, I'm short on cash, whatever. They make themselves into targets. Okay? By virtue of the decisions that they make, they place themselves in harm's way.
We interviewed the community's top law enforcement leaders, and they all say the solution starts with caring and kids.
When these individuals become old enough to start making decisions on their own, that, you know, positive influences when they were younger become very important.
That's exactly what Officer Bell is trying to accomplish with the Our Kids program.
There's just a vicious cycle that we're trying to get in the middle of and trying to get that to go in a different direction. So it's pretty cool to see them grow up and to see what they're going to be able to accomplish with a little bit of guidance.
Officer Bell devotes a majority of his life to helping these kids, even coming in on Saturdays to provide support. He says the program is already seeing success, but it's only the beginning of a long road ahead.
Bye, buddy. Bye.
Over the next 3 weeks, we're going to be digging even deeper into the problem. I hope you'll join me Thursday nights at 10. Reporting live in Southeast Topeka, Gretchen Kanan, KSNT News.
All right, thank you, Gretchen.